So get this, right? Last night, I tried doing my own hair. The intention was to look like Cookie from Empire, was to look like, independent black woman. But I look like the black version of Esna. But you know what? It's life. Stuff happens. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in for today's video. I'm very thankful, guys, because on my previous video, which is my first video, most of the responses were very good. So I feel like I'm really motivated to do more videos, if you get me. Because I did mention I'm very inconsistent, so I might be consistent because you guys watch. So thank you. Anyway, so for today's video, as you can see by the title, it's just a combination of everything. I really don't have anything specific to do because I have to go for a game show, and truly speaking, most of the time when I have to go for anything that has to do with acting or auditioning or anything, it's after a while. So I found it fit to take you guys along today on this very particular game show. It's not really, I don't really know what it's about, because I was just called from the previous production I had. They told me they needed 3 people from our team to represent them on that game show. So I don't really know what it's about. I will see when I get there. So yeah. And also I am doing sort of like, I don't know, get ready with me sort of thing. I do not know what I'm doing, but we are doing it. Okay, so I'm gonna do my makeup, and I'm not gonna narrate anything about the makeup because most of my makeup here is really, really old and it's gross. So if ever I'm going to do that kind of a video, I'm gonna need new material just to look like I actually have things that I knew. So in the meantime, I'm not gonna narrate anything. I'm just gonna tell my story because you guys, believe it or not, me and my friends, I actually stay with Lindy and Kusileto. Me and my friends have moved a lot. I mean a lot. For the past year, ever since June, myself, I have moved 6 times. Precious myself. 6 times. And as for Kusileto and Lindy, I don't know, maybe for them it's like 4 times or something. And to tell you guys, it's not like we are the worst people on earth or we have problems. For some reason, what's wrong with them. Every time you just meet the worst people on earth. I mean, not really the worst, but they have that thing. So initially I was staying with my cousin in Philippines. And before anything, I need to tell you guys that, you see, I've told you what I've moved 6 times, and in all these occasions, there've never been a time where I've been given what we call security back. Like in any of these cases, never. I've never gotten my money back. And I was told what you do, go to pay security because you have, like, in case you ruin something in the house, they get to use the money to pay it, and then if you don't ruin anything, they give you the money back. But not for my case. It's like people I am working with, they don't know the rules. The first time I moved in with my cousin, she was living in Tlokweng. So I went over to live with her for some time, and then I get there to find that she was already complaining about some stuff. Her window was malfunctioning, and the doors were not really safe, if I can put it that way. But she's been complaining it for some time. It was like a multi-res, and it's like a business place, like we don't want to and they don't really stay there or something like that. So she told the guy over and over again that the windows are not working, blah blah blah, and the guy ignored it for some time until my cousin encountered she was robbed in the middle of the night twice. And they used the very same things that she has been complaining about. Guys, the windows are not working well, this and this is happening. So the landlord was like, okay, cool. If that happened, she called them and she was like, this and this happened, and I've been trying to tell you guys this and this. The windows are not okay, the doors are not okay, and the guy didn't care. She told them, I reported to the police, and this person cannot be found. What are you gonna do about it? Because her laptop was stolen, her phone was stolen, she didn't have anything. And then the landlord didn't care. Like, the guy didn't give it, and like, he didn't care at all. So I was like, Kazi, you have to move out of this place. And she's like, okay, cool. I've been planning on leaving anyway, but you know, I need to tell this guy about the security and everything, you know. And I was pushing, I was like, yeah, you should get your money back. It's not like you ruined anything in here. And then she tried to get her money back. But yeah, the guy pretty much ignored her until she moved out. By the way, guys, I'm using this because I don't know where you put our brush that has to brush up the thingy. So who cares? We doing this. Anyway, so she asked the guy what now what do I do, because I don't have anything. They ignore her. They're like, but then it's a fault you get this happened because I've been telling you about this windows, you didn't do anything about it. But anyway, that happened, and then she moved out. And also I moved out to live on my own because this is when I was starting to be a waitress and I needed my independence and, you know, to get on with life. So now to the new place where I was going myself. I met this lady online. Her house was like 1.6. Also the same thing about that executive was 1.6, which is crazy. It has to be at least half of the price. Anyway, I was like, okay, cool. Let me go to this place because it looks nice. It was nice. So why not? I get there, and guys, if there's anything, like if you are moving into a house, first thing to consider, very first thing, listen to what the landlord says. Because this lady, the first thing she said to me was like, hey, English. The guy who just came from this place, he was very reckless, so I didn't even give him his security money. He left in a hurry like a thief. Bruh. Like, imagine you just meet someone and that's the first thing they tell you. What does that tell you? It should tell you you're never gonna find your security. Anyway, so I listened to this lady go on about how she doesn't want parties, she doesn't want stuff, she doesn't want her house ruined, blah blah blah. It's like, okay, cool. I'm not that person. I'm actually alone. I'm always alone. Like, I have friends, I have a lot of friends, but then I don't go out to parties and stuff. And now I'm in a club, and for somebody who works in a club, it's funny to say that I don't party, but I do not. So it's like, there's nobody who's gonna come here and make noises. So cool. Because it was her, the house was behind her main house. And she wasn't living there, so she didn't want any problems with the neighbors and or stuff like that. So I was like, cool. Anyway, so I stayed in this lady's house, and one of the things that pissed me off from the get-go was because she never trusted my source of income. Like, I told her what I'm a student, right? I told her, yeah, I'm a student, so she was all nosy asking me, how are you gonna pay rent, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, I'm a student and I'm gonna pay rent because I'm a part-time waitress, so I'm gonna pay my rent with that, blah blah blah. And she was like, well, I need to be sure because you never know. Some of these kids end up sleeping with old men to get money and pay for their rent, so I don't want that to happen. I mean, first of all, even if they do it, it's none of your business. Number two, I just told you, I'm a student. I work. Take my word for it. Your rent will come every month. So stop asking me questions and all that nice. Anyway, so I become all nice. Like, oh no, I'm a student. I'm just gonna pay my money lawfully if that's what you're asking. You go on about our business. So also the whole time, like, have you ever been in a situation where you're in somebody's house and they keep coming to check on you and you wonder exactly what does he think I'll do to her yard? Because it wasn't even about coming to see if the plants are watered or anything, because she asked me to water her plants daily and I would do that. But she'll come on to check around if I've been doing anything, parties, So it was just basically living with the landlord, which is one thing I didn't want, because I know for the distance, like it doesn't end well when it's like that. So it went on like that for I think a month or two. So it went on for a month or two like that, being nosy, asking me stuff, and I just felt like, you know what, I need to get out of here because it was just uncomfortable. So that's when I decided to move in with Lindy. But when I told the lady, okay, since you told me, because she was very clear from the beginning, if you're going to leave this house, you need to serve out a notice so that, or you want to get your security money. I was like, okay, cool, I will do that. So I did that. All of a sudden, the ladies now, like, like, it's not like we're friends, but we're cool with each other. But all of a sudden, she's just so mad. Why do you have to leave so soon? I don't like people who come in and go out. Like, if you want to be staying in my house, stay in my house. I'm like, I understand your frustrated. I understand your frustration, but I need to get out of here because you're driving me crazy. So, like, when I was supposed to leave, like, so I decided to move in with Lindy around, let's say, maybe body 16. By the 20th, I had moved my stuff because I was able to. But then Eneka body 22, she was already furious. Like, I left my bed frame, it was huge. She's like, come get your bed frame, I need to introduce the house to new people. And I'm like, my month is not even finished. I paid for that month and it's not even finished. So I left some of the stuff I couldn't carry, and already you want to take them out. Anyway, I understood her frustration, so I took my thing, and then I was like, okay, cool, now since I'm done with the house, can you not give me back my security? She's like, we need to discuss something. I went into the bin after you moved, and it was smelling. Please tell me, where have you seen a bin that smells like Victoria's Secret perfume? Point me in the direction of it. What kind of a bin is that? She's like, it doesn't smell nice. And I actually went back to understand, because she made it sound like there was a dead person in there or dead animal in there. Like, I'm sorry for saying it that way, but she made it sound really extreme. I went in there, I was like, it smelled like a bin. Like, there were banana peels in there. So obviously it smells like a bin. But then that's the sole reason why I couldn't get my security money. She was like, no, I cannot give you a security money in this condition. And also, I feel like I actually put posters on my pictures. If you have seen them in my first videos, I put them up on the wall, and I used this thing, what you call it, Bostik. And she was like, I've seen spots of where you put Bostik, and I'm gonna have to buy paint and repaint all over that. Like, paint is like, I don't know how much, but I don't think it's 1.6. So if it's 1.6, go buy that paint over, and give me the rest of the change, because that's how it works. Oh, the bin also smells, so I cannot give you my money. It's my money. But anyway, bye. I didn't have time for that. So I was like, cool, I'll see what to do with my life. Please get rich with that 1.6. Anyway, I needed it. Like, I was just a waitress, guys. I needed money. Like, if you have security from the previous house, you want to forward it to the next house. So anyway, next house. So the next house, I feel like our landlord was just fine at the beginning. We had to move. That's why we really moved, because initially Lindy was staying behind, and then the guy's like, oh, me and my family have to relocate, so can you go into the front house and then bring your friends to share with you? And we came along, we were there, family, who there's, and then from there we just decided to stay there. So yeah, that's when we moved a lot, because he had 2 houses. We moved back and forth in those houses because initially when we went to the other one, he was like, I need to move back to that one, so you can always take this one. We went there, and then there was another story that the house that we moved to, it's been sold, so we went back to that one, which was all cool. He was helping us out, everything was cool, everything was cheese, until approaching the pandemic. Wait, did I say that right? That time when Corona about to start, like the lockdown and everything. I don't know how to put that. Anyway, approaching that time, he was like, oh, like me and Lindy, we have many friends, like many friends. So usually, when Lindy maybe goes out, they come over and they start, maybe they sleep over, something like that. So it wasn't like really we were making noise or there was parties or anything, no. But then they would sleep over maybe a night or something like that, and it really pissed off the landlord. He wasn't living with us, but he got pissed by that wherever he was. It's like you guys have many friends, bills and everything. By the way, we were paying our own bills. It wasn't like it was included in the rent or something. We were paying our own bills, which didn't make sense that he didn't want our friends over. But we were like, cool. We'll not invite our friends over. But it was something that we were not really understanding what I say. Why do we have to chase away our friends? But 2 days, 1 to 2 days before the lockdown was declared, like we were told that by that time people are not supposed to move, blah blah blah. In 2 days, the guy was like, so excuse me guys, I need you guys go into our group more WhatsApp. And we went there, and the message was like, I'm gonna need you to get out of my house in the next 2 days because I don't want you there before the lockdown. What? Now picture this. It's 2 days before lockdown. You are broke. You are waiting to be. Even myself, I went home because I was looking at the condition. I was like, I can't survive this place. Like, there's no food there. I'm gonna die here. And I was like, I'm going to Manila. Only Lindy was left. And imagine that time when the government is saying nobody should move, and when you're told to move your whole furniture, your whole clothes, everything, go to another place, find another place, find security, find money, and then move. Find the money for the truck and move. Yes, like, get out of my house. We left. We kind of the worst part was that it wasn't easy to actually find a house at that time because it's a pandemic, it's lockdown. So most people are going indoors. Nobody wants to move anyone. People are busy. So that's when we're like, okay, cool. Let's just work with what we can. And then the place that Lindy, I didn't even get to see the place, guys. Imagine this. There was a point where we moved and I didn't even know where we were moving to. Like, my clothes were there, everything was there, and then we actually moved from that place to where we are right now, and I didn't get to know where my clothes were. I never got to live there. Like, I paid rent and everything, but I never got to live. I don't even know where it is. It's somewhere in Gaborone. I don't know where. Anyway, that's when Lindy moved our stuff to that place, and she's like, oh, the lady's saying the son is moving out to where? A house across the street. How, like, guys, if ever you see a situation where you want to move into the land and they tell you that relative is moving out but they're still in Gaborone, moreover they're in the same street, what should that tell you? You shouldn't move in there with that person. Why is that son living? Free rent, it's Gaborone, everything is very expensive here. Why is the son moving? Ask yourself that. Your answer will be answered by when you get there and see why that person moved. The very relative are not happy. So anyway, we went with Lindy, went there. The minute she was there, she was like, Pearl is horrible. The lady's horrible. She is being mean. The next day she's nice. The next day she's mean. Everything is chaotic here. She even chased away our friend. Like, for some time, our friend was living with us, and then she was like, she went out. She took a permit to go out that day to get some stuff, and then when she came back, she chased her at the gate. She was like, you cannot come in here because maybe you came with diseases. Like, I understand it's corona time, but then how do you chase away somebody? Where are they supposed to go in the middle of this? It's just like, you can't come back in the house because blah blah blah. And she had to find somebody to sleep at, to live at for the rest of the lockdown, because she chased her away, saying she probably brought the corona home. Just like that. I mean, maybe she was looking out for herself, but it was a bit mean. So they were saying the condition was really harsh because the lady at some point, like she did.
A few moments later.
Maxon's first cousin, who this? I'm just kidding. I look basic as they come. Anyway, I was cut off before I could tell the rest of the story. I was about to say, my previous landlord, the one that we You won on and off. What the one before this lady on a toxic. He didn't give us our security either. He was like, you know, on the middle of I'm just like, you chased us first. They don't say we left early. Like, there's nothing like that. So own up to it. Up to now, he still hasn't given us our money. So what I'm trying to say is, I've moved from Hotitani to phase 2 to wherever we moved or to go. The last time our clothes were there, I don't even know the place. I wasn't even there. I never even made it there. There was never any point in or the landlords were like, oh yeah, since you've been here, and then you gave me your security, let me give it back. None. No one. Why? I do not know. We are not bad people. They are not bad people either, but there's some things that we couldn't tolerate. In the end, everybody had to go their separate ways. But one thing they don't understand is what the security is about. Anyway, so I'm done from here. Oh my god, my bride's been out the whole time. Jeez. Anyway, from here I have to go to the games show. I don't know if it's oh, it's a video.
Really? Oh god.
Okay, Tonyo. Okay, Metepo.
What are we doing here?
It doesn't make a monopoly.
Yes. Friends like that.